Hello, loved ones. Hello, friends and family. I am back. Day two to get you guys caught up and get you guys going on your self care and your self love. But before I do anything, I just want to make sure that I am giving you guys hugs and kisses because you know I love you. And I just want to make sure that you are having a phenomenal day, that you're having a great day. This is a day that you've never seen before. So do all that you can do so that tomorrow will be real jealous. Okay, so make some stuff happen today. Be your best self. Learn from yesterday's lessons so that tomorrow will be even better. Okay, so let's just get all that out the way and let's just get into what we have to get into. So, first and foremost, yesterday we talked about your physical self care. So important. Can't do anything. If the body's not right, nothing else is going to be right. Okay. So, today I'm going to talk to you about your emotional self care. Now, this is so near and dear to me because I am an emotional person. I'm a Pisces. What can I say? Right. And when I say emotion, don't by no means think that that makes me weak. Don't think that at all. When I'm saying emotional, meaning I am in tune with what my body wants and what my mind wants and what I desire and need, and my body willingly expresses it. So there's emotion that can be expressed in a positive way and emotion that can be expressed in a negative way. And what we want to steer away from is allowing ourselves in our headspace to allow our emotions to be coming out on a negative vibe. You don't want to do that. We don't want to operate on a low vibration ever. Okay? So, again, know that your emotions are like the greatest teacher. Okay? And what I mean by that is that your emotions are the first thing, it pops out. You can't control it. They pop out and they're the first indicator, that indicates what you need or don't need. It's the first indicator that shows what you want or do not want. It is the first indicator that says that this is for me, it serves me, or it does not. It's the first indicator that says this feels real good or this does not feel good at all. So it lets you know up front. It is transparent, it is in your face, your emotions are there. Now, if you are an individual, a person who suppresses your emotions, and that could be as a result of some learned behavior, some experiences, some trauma, or just not having examples of how it to be, or being told a lie that showing emotions makes you a weak individual, particularly men. Men hear that recording. Men hear that, if you show emotion, you're not a man. Bull. Bull. Jesus was emotional. Okay? Jesus wept. Okay? Hello. All right? God gave you the gift of emotion. You just have to have it under control and understand that you can't just throw yourself out there in a negative way. How you handle your emotions is one thing, but the gift is yours. So, men, please let go of that recording. Let go of that lie that you've been told and allow yourself to deal, because in that way, what happens when you suppress those emotions, you start developing other ailments as a result thereof because your body can't release the way that it needs to. So, I'm just saying, let it go. Okay. So just understand that if you are really, again, uncomfortable with sharing your emotions, expressing your emotions, you are a walking time bomb. Please let it go. I can't stress that enough. So let's just dig a little deep when it comes to talking about emotional self care. Okay. And again, what I'm wanting you to do is to allow yourself to feel your emotions and what they are saying without judgment. I don't want you to judge yourself, okay? And I don't want you to allow anybody else to judge you either for your emotions, okay? I'm like I said, I'm an emotional person. I will drop a tear in a heartbeat, but that's because I release. I understand how to release and let go. I don't hold on to things. If I need to purge and let it go, a tear is going to come. But I'll cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm mad. I release, I release, I release. But not that old ugly crying. I'm talking just a couple little tears here or there. Mama just lets it go. Okay? But I'm just saying, you want to get to the point where you want to let your emotions come through. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this, okay? I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's all rainbows and butterflies and gumdrops and you just want to share your emotions. That is not always an easy thing to do, nor is it always appropriate in all settings. In your job, in your religious setting, with it's not, you have to be in control, and you have to practice some good common sense and some self-control and discipline. Okay? And this takes time. So be patient with yourself. All right? Truly be patient with yourself, but just remember that there are no good and no bad emotions. Okay? No good, no bad emotions. The emotions are just, again, simply your body's way of responding to whatever it is that has come in contact with it, and it's letting you know if it's for it or not for it. Okay? So, get that out the way. So, one of the best techniques to start allowing yourself to have good emotional self-care is to first say yes to yourself. Yeah. Give yourself permission to be happy. Give yourself permission to feel good. Give yourself permission to do whatever it is that you want to do. Say yes to yourself. Say yes. Allow yourself to exist in the way that you want to exist. Okay? Allow yourself to feel the way you want to feel. Allow yourself to do what you want to do without having to ask for permission to be you. That's the first thing. Okay? Then on the flip side, no is okay. It is okay to say no. As a matter of fact, saying no is necessary, because when you say no, you are now establishing your boundaries. Okay? And when you establish, you want to be the one to establish your boundaries. You don't want your employer to establish your boundaries. You don't want your mate to establish your boundaries. You don't want your children to establish your boundaries. You don't want society to establish your boundaries. You establish your boundaries by saying no. No is okay. But also keep in mind, it's not always the no, it's sometimes the way you say it. So, if you want people to respect and or respond to your boundaries, your delivery is key. All right? Keep that in mind. We have to always stay mature and always stay ahead and always think, because you're talking about your emotional health. And if you want people to keep those boundaries and keep you there, and you want to stay safe in your boundaries and stay safe in your emotional health, you need to practice good common sense. Okay? So I want you to also take time to make a reflection back to things that made you feel a certain way. So if you are struggling with sense of loneliness, or struggling with self-worth, or struggling with not knowing your purpose, it's struggle. You just struggle, and it's triggering your emotions. Think back to the things that caused those to happen. It's going to require you to do some homework and sit back and really think, and not just exist day to day, but actually pay attention to your day to day. With me? Okay. So with that, also practicing compassion with yourself. I need for you to learn to forgive yourself. Your emotional health is at risk if you don't forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever it is that caused you some emotional trauma. You are human. You will make mistakes. You are not perfect. So since you know that up front, stop trying to be and allow yourself a pass. Allow yourself an opportunity to be forgiven. Forgive you first so that you can then in return forgive others. Okay? That too requires practice, because in order to forgive yourself, you're going to have to be truly honest with yourself and take true responsibility for whatever the situation was, is, or has been. Then once you take responsibility for it, release it, let it go, forgive yourself, and move on. That's some good, healthy stuff. Okay? Some good emotional, healthy stuff. All right? Then, once you got all that done, I want you to let go of the judgment. I want you to just not judge and not say, okay, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I say that? Why didn't I behave this way? Why didn't I respond this way? Why? Let the whys go. Stop the judgment. Again, you can't fix it, but you can correct it. Okay? By not doing it again, and by saying, hey, I forgive myself for not doing that, and I make a commitment to myself that I won't do that again, because my emotional health won't take it. Right? Okay. So that self-talk that we're talking about right now, that self-talk, I want you to redirect any negative self-talk, because it is detrimental to your emotional health and your emotional self-care. And what I mean by that is you make a special effort. When you speak, think about what you're saying. Everything that you say, every word that pops out of your mouth is a command and or a prayer. And what I mean by that is when you say it, you should mean it. And when you say it, it should manifest. So whatever you put out of your mouth should manifest. So if you are talking negatively, then you are manifesting negative things to keep coming to you. If you keep saying, I don't have this, I cannot do this, this does not work. If you keep saying it, it will keep happening. Change your language. If you have a need or if you feel that you're lacking in something, reverse the terminology. Change your language. If you don't have something that you need, you say, I am without at this moment, but it is on its way. I will get what I need. I shall have it. It is for me. It may not be present right now, but it is on its way. Baby, you got to change all that. And that requires habit. Because sometimes we've been taught to talk negatively. And you know what? And when you start to do that for yourself, you hear differently. The people around you, you'll hear them talking negatively and you will identify it immediately and you'll begin to reject it. Please do so. Be the example for them so that they can learn and be better because of you. Okay? Sometimes you're living your life, but you're living your life not just for you. You're living your life for others to see through you so that they can be better too. Okay? All right. So that's that. Next, I want you to do something. I want you to release toxicity, okay, around you. If you have people who hurt your emotions, that affect your emotions, and they're toxic to you, people, places, or things, find a way to release and relieve them and send them on their way. They're not good for you, okay? They're not good for you. And I mean, and reevaluate why you have them there in the first place. Why you're doing this, why you're going here, why you're with this person. Reevaluate those things because are they healthy? Are they serving you? Okay? Because remember, babe, this is the only day we got. Got to make this day count. And if they're not working with you, they're working against you. It got to go. All right? So get rid of that. Journaling. Oh my goodness, it's so important. If you've never journaled before, today is a great day to start. And for those of you who are kind of unfamiliar kind of what the journaling is, I mean, you've heard of it, you know people do it, but you don't really know what to do. Look at it this way. Journaling will be the equivalent of an adult diary. You know how back in the day when you were a little girl or whatever and you had a diary? That's what journaling is. It is literally taking from your head, putting on paper your thoughts. But the thing about journaling is that you can learn from your growth. You know, the way you think today, let's pray that you're thinking differently a year from now. Let's pray that you're thinking better. Let's pray that you're better. And how you can measure your growth is by going back and reading your journals to see what you were thinking and growing. And you can actually learn from yourself over and over again. And I do. I journal all the time. My best friend Imelda started me journaling when we were in high school. And I have continued to journal all along. My thought when I was initially in high school, I always felt like, you know, you don't write your thoughts down on paper because if you do, people will read them. And, you know, nothing's a secret until you tell somebody that negative, that stuff. I don't even know where I got that from, right? But you have to be able to do it. And so I matured and I grew out of that mindset. And I am a journalist. So check this out. So I'm going to tell you, I journal. Here are just a few. Here are just a few of my journals. I kid you not. So I tell you what I know, not what I think. Okay? And I'm going to do something that I probably will regret. Oh, well, whatever. I'm an open book. Okay, so in this particular journal, which one? I'll grab one. This particular journal here. It's going to give you an idea of some of the things that I journal about. Okay? To keep me in my mental self-care. This particular one here, it was on January 3rd. God is where I am. In all aspects of my life, God is truly there. When I awoke this morning, God was there. When I stared in, I can't even read my own handwriting. Hold on. When I stared in the mirror, God was there. When I sat in my car waiting to take off, God was there. In the numbness, in the pain, in the confusion, and as things seem unsettled, God is there. My thoughts are my thoughts, but they're permitted by God. Behaviors and thoughts that I need to release, I need to redirect discipline. I need to invite Lawrence to grow with me. That's my son. I need to remove the blockage I've allowed to take place. God, let me, help me, show me, direct me with the ability to let go of things that I cannot solve or that do not serve me. I am ready to let go and let God. I like that, right? And then shortly, somewhere along during the day, I wrote, what men need is encouragement. Instead of always harping on a man's faults, tell him of his virtue. Try to pull him out of his rut. Pull him out of his bad habits with your words and your encouragement, your love and your support. For you are the neck that turns the head. Here's another one. Being angry or unforgiving makes it impossible to have a gentle and quiet spirit. These were my thoughts on that particular day. Journal. It's good for you. I like to go back and reread where my head was. Journal. What else? As far as mental and emotional self-care, if you ever feel like you need to talk to somebody outside of your circle, outside of your realm, please do so. Therapy is a beautiful process. It is so helpful. It is so necessary. And if you need to have another ear, I highly, highly encourage you to do so. Don't ever let anybody shame you. Don't ever let anybody label you. You go out, and if you need some extra help, baby, you go get it. You hear me? If taking these steps that I've given you is not enough, then you go out and you get what you need. Okay? It's just that simple. Because I love you, I'm sharing everything with you that I can. There are all kinds of things that I do. I journal. I'm a master herbalist. You know, I'm a naturopathic doctor, and herbs are my specialty, and herbal medicine, rather, is my specialty. So I have herbal remedies that I use, things that I give to a lot of my clients and people who need them. So if you ever need to know about some herbal remedies or what have you, let me know, and I'll make sure you're good. Again, just journal, say no, say yes to you, no to others. Take care of yourself first. Remember to sleep well, eat well, move your body so that all these things can go into play. I love you. I will talk to you tomorrow with another self-care tip. Have a phenomenal day. You're so worth it.